We've got updates on Mike Flanagan's Carrie series, some more Scream 7 news, plus some other topics to cover here on the February 17th edition of Movie News Daily. Let's get into it. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into JC's Movies, where you can see all kind of movie and TV show talk with me, JC, especially within the superhero, horror, and comedy genres. So if those are up your alley and you haven't yet, hey, no better time than the present. Why haven't you yet? Hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. If you love to talk movies and TV shows, definitely come here and talk some with me on JC's Movies. And you'll also get these videos into your feed every Monday through Friday, keeping you up to date on movie news that I feel is pertinent here. Really appreciate that. That would help me out. And you can also help me out just by hitting that thumbs up button while you're in here, giving this video a like. It will help it hit that YouTube algorithm, help it find other movie and TV show fans like you and me. With that out of the way, we're going to get set to dive into the February 17th edition of Movie News Daily as we're talking Mike Flanagan's Carrie series, some more Scream 7. The drama continues between Warner Brothers, Paramount, and Netflix, and a little casting update for the Scooby-Doo live action series as well. Let's talk about them. Let's lead off with the bit of news that we have here on the Mike Flanagan Carrie series. This from Bloody Disgusting, who is pulling it from one of the stars of the show, Katie Sackhoff, who has been cast in Mike Flanagan's Carrie TV series, which will be on Prime. And sounds like we're going to get it in October. So nice. Get it for our October horror onslaught here on the channel. And we get a quote even from Katie Sackhoff saying, "You guys are going to love it. Mike Flanagan is so good at what he does. Smart psychological horror." I mean, I was already in. I wanted to see the Carrie reboot, as a series. I think that's a good idea. We got Summer H. Howell starring as Carrie White in this one. And of course, Mike Flanagan, pretty much everything that he's done I've liked. So, I'm ready for this one and glad to get it in October. Get it right there in the fall. Get those vibes with it. I'm down. So, Carrie coming in October to Prime Video. And then this has been making the rounds today as Neve Campbell talked about this recently. This is from QG Scream on social media that shared it. But Neve Campbell has confirmed, and I really like this, no advanced screenings for the press or for the public for Scream 7 is a strategy that they adopted to preserve the identity of the new killers in the 7th movie, which I think is awesome. The review embargo lifts on February 25th. So if you can, I would recommend definitely see this on, the 26th or the 27th at the latest, for sure, probably, or sometime over that weekend if you can't get out there for, the early screenings on the 26th or, the first day there on the 27th, because I'm sure, stuff's going to start floating around the internet. This is one that you want to get to early and avoid those spoilers for. Definitely we'll try and do that. Me personally, I probably plan to give everyone the weekend to see this before I drop the spoiler review. Might drop like a spoiler-free review after I watch it first, and then probably like Monday-ish, drop the spoiler review so people have at least the weekend to check it out here as far as what I'm going to do on the channel. But I really love this strategy. No screenings ahead of the film coming out. Let's preserve the identity of the killer, Stu, hopefully. But you know how I feel about that. Stu lives, baby. Stu lives. But that's one update we have there for Scream 7. And then from Scream News, who compiled a nice little list here of some of the promotion that's going on throughout this week, we're going to have Neve Campbell and Courtney Cox on Kelly and Mark on the 23rd and 24th. They'll be on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon also on the 23rd and 24th. And then also on the 23rd, they're going to be on The Kelly Clarkson Show. And then on the 24th, Nev's going to be on The View. So multiple talk shows they're going to be on talking about Scream 7 promotion, certainly starting to ramp up here in the coming days. Can't wait. We're getting down to, the final countdown to Scream 7. And speaking of Scream 7, someone that's there in the cast of Scream 7, McKenna Grace, has been cast in the Netflix live-action Scooby-Doo series. She's going to be playing Daphne, actually, in the new Scooby-Doo series that's coming to Netflix, the new live-action incarnation, and we'll get to see McKenna Grace as Daphne. You see a picture there of the two side-by-side. Variety was the one to initially share this, so we know some of the casting news coming for that live-action Scooby-Doo series. I don't know if it'll match those James Gunn movies from, when I was growing up, but hey, I'll probably check it out. Who doesn't love Scooby-Doo, right? And then there's also a new Rick and Morty spinoff series in production, or getting ready to release later this year, rather, coming from Discussing Film. And this is the President Curtis spinoff here. Keith David starring as President Curtis. So, I haven't watched Rick and Morty in a while. I need to get caught back up on that eventually, but spinoff coming with the President's Curtis series. And then just lastly, just when you thought all the drama from this was over, not quite. Paramount, taking one last swing at it, and Warner Brothers is going to hear them out. As Variety shares here, Warner Brothers has announced March 20th as the date for the meeting of the shareholders to vote on the proposed $83 billion deal with Netflix. And the board now, after rebuffing multiple offers from Paramount and Skydance, will now engage in discussions with them as well to seek clarity on Paramount's best and final offer in Paramount's hostile takeover attempt. So Paramount not out of the running just yet. We thought it, was close to a done deal with Netflix, but this continues, and sometime in the spring, we'll know who's going to be the new owner of Warner Brothers Discovery in the future. But for now, still up for grabs, and what looked like it was leaning towards Netflix for sure, Paramount now back in the game. So we'll see what happens with that as we close out the February 17th edition of Movie News Daily with that tidbit. And of course, with that, I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow as we continue to bring you Movie News Daily every Monday through Friday. Also got more Scream reviews coming at you as we're trying to move through all 6 movies that are out currently before we get to Scream 7 and put out the review for it. So Scream 3 review will be coming at you here in the near future, and then that'll be 3 down, 3 to go on that. So look out for those. And of course, like I said earlier, if you haven't yet subscribed, stay getting this movie news directly into your feed every weekday here on the JC's Movies channel. And of course, let me know your thoughts on anything that we talked about here in the comment section, or anything you want to discuss there, movie, TV show related. You guys know I love chatting movies with you all. Plus, those interactions help me grow the channel here on YouTube as well. I'd really appreciate that, just like I appreciate you tuning into this one, and I will catch you on the next one.